Welcome back mga kapamilya. Thank you so much for staying tuned and for joining us pa rin dito sa Star Magic Spotlight Press Conference. Of course, yes! Yes, we are still here. Friends from the media, maraming salamat for also taking the time to be here with us still. Siyempre, my name is Ayana Perlas, your host for today. Kanina kasama natin si Donnie Pangilinan and Bella Mariano. And ngayon naman, we are here with another versatile and very brilliant actress. And we are going to get to know more about her in just a little bit. Pero syempre, bago yon, we would love to see your comments online. Please don't forget to use our hashtag #StarMagicSpotlight. We'll read your comments later on. But for now, are we ready to get to know more about this amazing, brilliant actress? Grabe, actually, napaka-glowing niya today. I love it. Actually, every day. Glowing siya every day. But then we are so excited to meet and know more about an incredible artist who has constantly wowed us with her range, charm, and unfiltered talent. From her heart-wrenching dramas to her laugh-out-loud comedies, she has proven time and time again that she can master any character. Kaya naman, without further ado, let's give it up for Sue Ramirez!
Hello everyone, thank you for staying tuned. Hello, I'm here now. So siya na medyo naringkaling akong segue ng taping kagabi.
Yes.
Excited na rin ako para sa project na yun, so abangan.
Okay.
So ma-announce na rin yan. Hello, thank you for being here. Sa inyo pong lahat. I'm here to promote something very special. And I hope na we can open the conversations and open minds of the people who are watching.
We're very excited to hear more about
And
everything.
thank you sa magandang introduction.
Of
Parang hindi
course.
namin na-intro ng ganun Salamat.
Ito,
Salamat.
ito, mas maganda pa to. We created a very special surprise video for you. And we want to see your reaction. Kailangan namin malaman your
Oh
reaction.
my gosh,
ate.
wait, ate.
Okay. Are you
Parang
ready?
alam ko na kung ano to.
Okay. Once again,
Nakakaloka.
Sue Ramirez, let's watch this.
Cute naman yung compilation.
Diba? Palakpakan
In an
mo
industry
na.
that...
Palakpakan po natin, Sue Ramirez!
Wrap up for yourself.
Yes.
Oo, nagawa ko lahat yun. No? Grabe,
Diba?
tagal na. It's been, 16 years?
Really?
Surprise! I started in 2010. I was 13, turning 14 when I
Wow.
started. And also that year, I got my first television role.
Grabe.
Yeah.
Wait, exact ba ate? Exactly 16?
Yes, exactly 16. Nag-16 nung April.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations on everything.
Thank
ate.
you.
I have to
What a
say,
journey it has been.
grabe. And I think we've all seen Sue's growth talaga as an actress. Not only as an actress, but even as an individual.
Thank you. But you know, the funny story is I actually auditioned in Star Magic to be a singer.
Whoa.
But I was given more acting roles and acting projects. But I'm very, very grateful because I've learned to love that craft and that art form. And I still get to do what I love, which is singing, my first love. In my banyo and in the videoke. And on the wish bus.
Yes, soon, di ba? Why not? Pero ate, so I love how you brought that up. Parang konting chika minute. Are you looking, siguro since 16th year mo na, are you looking to siguro venturing out dun sa music industry?
Yeah, of course, if I would be given a chance, definitely I would love to explore more of that side of me. I was 13 when I was given more acting projects, so hindi ko na-explore talaga yung pagiging singer. So, at 13 ako, nag-30 ako this year. Gosh, nakakaloka. Oh, naramdaman yung mga edad. 13 pa na siya. Nakakaloka. Opo, tama po. Yeah, so, definitely, and I'm always game naman for anything. Siguro nga kung hindi ako marunong kumanta, sasabihin ko pa rin, yes, kakanta pa rin ako.
Yes, di ba? Why not as obsessionistas? Ganon!
Ano naman ang pangarap?
Yes. But ate, so ito, siguro before we move on to yung mga promoting or asking questions about your next project, ano ang genre ni Sue Ramirez kapag naging singer siya?
Rock and roll.
Oh! Sampo!
Actually, yun nga yung hindi ko pa na-explore. Parang, since I was a kid, I used to always sing sa video ko with my family. It was our bonding. Until today, we still do it. And yung mga songs na kinakanta ko, literal na iba-iba siya.
Okay.
Like, I go, like, Sweet Child of Mine. And then I do Alanis Morissette. And then I do the chorus. And then ang dami mga varieties ng artists na nag-influence din sa akin talaga. So, yun yung hindi ko pa nahanap, yung niche ko siguro. Ano yung gusto ko talaga na genre sa singing. But na-enjoy ko kasi lahat. And I love rapping. So maybe explore that side of me also would be fun.
Pwede ba pa-sample?
Ano gusto mo?
Ikaw naman, yung go-to karaoke song mo, ate.
My go-to karaoke song, dati, Breathless. Pero ngayon, Love Will Keep Us Alive.
Ay, sample! Sample!
I was standing all alone against the world outside. You were searching for a place to hide.
Oh, di ba?
I will keep us alive, parang hindi.
Ay, oo! Grabe! More pala!
Ay, tama na yun. So,
Ay,
hindi
guys, pag
na.
may more
Tsaka
pala, may bayad na yan.
Sorry pa ba? Ay, nag-isip pa ng iba.
Mamaya maririnig natin more samples from the one and only Sue Ramirez. But of course, grabe, may pa-vibrato si Ate Sue. Yes. I love it.
Lamig, di ba?
Yes. Thank you so much. We've been blessed. Friends from the media, grabe, di ba? We've been blessed by Sue Ramirez today. Pero, di ba, napaka-baby niya. Pero speaking of baby, let's talk about your upcoming project. Project Baby.
So excited.
Yes. Tell us about it, Ate Sue.
Well, I think the title says it all, Project Baby. It's about a woman, type A woman, very empowered, very workaholic, very set yung mind niya, very firm on her decisions. She's a girl boss, and she wants to have a child because lapitin siya ng mga bata, she loves children, but she's not very keen on relationships. Parang hindi yan yung priority niya in life. So she just wants to continue working and working, but she wants to have a child. So, paano? Saan ako hahanap ngayon ng perfect daddy para sa magiging baby ko? Napapayag sa kagagahan ko na hindi kami pwedeng magsama or pagkatapos ng lahat, sa akin lang yung baby. Wala siyang involvement na kahit ano, financially, emotionally, psychologically, hindi ko siya kailangan physically. So it's just a two-time thing she wants that to lead into a baby na siya lang ang magpapalaki. Ayaw niya ng tulong ng ibang tao.
I love it. Parang ano talaga, baby lang talaga yung hanap niya. No emotions, no strings attached, anything. And I love what you mentioned, Ate. Your character, the name of your character is?
My character is Sandy.
Sandy, yes. Okay, so si Sandy, type A, tama. Is Sue Ramirez a type A as well? Or was it hard for you?
Probably can't answer that for myself. I would say no, but I think
Okay.
everyone would say that I am.
Okay, so hindi naman naging mahirap yung role na to for you,
Hindi,
Ate.
hindi talaga. Actually, kasi I could relate a lot to Sandy. I actually, at one point in my life, I said this in our press con that I also felt that, na parang gusto ko na lang ng baby. Parang okay lang ako na wala akong partner. I think kaya ko talaga na magpalaki ng baby. Parang kaya ko siyang balutin ng pagmamahal ng ako lang. So, well, that was at one point in my life. But, things change, you grow old, naka-experience ka ng mabuting partner. Minsan, of course now, you're hoping na baka okay din pala na may partner, may katulong ka, na mabuting tao na magpalaki ng anak mo. So, wala pa naman ako doon sa pahina ng buhay ko na yun. So, si Project Baby muna ang priority ko. Project Baby na movie. Update ko kayo kapag meron ng Project Baby na
Makikita natin yan sa Instagram.
Correct!
Yes!
To reveal.
Yes. Grabe, I love what you mentioned, na parang medyo in line yung role mo with your values before. But siguro, Ate Sue, when you saw yung project na to, when it was laid out for you, automatic yes ba to for you?
Yeah. Actually, this is parang last year pa nila pinitch sa akin. So, akala ko hindi na matutuloy yung project. I really wanted it kasi the team, Regal, produced it. Also, Direct Eric Kizon is directing it. And the writer is Joey Reyes. So, I worked with Direct Joey before, and I know how he works. I know how Regal works as well. And Direct Eric, I've worked with him before. So, andun na agad yung tiwala. Yun yung hinahanap mo sa project eh. hindi ko pa nabasa yung script. Nag-oo na kami, actually, dun sa pitch nila. Because I found the concept very, very interesting, very modern, very timely, tsaka very empowering. Yeah, so anyway, it doesn't only talk about the women's perspective on having a child, it also covers the man's perspective. Na parang, like Rico said in our press con, the biggest heartbreak of a man would be if their child would be taken away or ilalayo sa kanila yung anak nila. So, more than anything, more than a romantic relationship, parang yun daw yung siguro pinakamasakit na pwedeng maramdaman ng lalaki. So, it also covers that. So, it's not only a woman empowerment movie. It also tackles what men go through in situations like that.
So it's a very timely film, would you say?
Yes, yeah.
Especially for this generation.
Tama. Kasi bukas na ang dami na nating options. Salamat sa siyensya at salamat sa lahat ng kababaihan na lumaban para magkaroon tayo ng mas malawak na options sa panahon ngayon. Alam naman natin in the past, women were oppressed. We still are in some ways, but now it's more open. Parang we are more respected. Men actually look up to women now, unlike before, na they want women to be at home lang. Gusto lang nila na they will produce babies lang, make a family, grow bigger. Yun lang, to clean the dishes, to cook the food, and to clean the house. But ngayon, because the women of yesterday fought for it, now we have choices, we can vote. It's so weird that just konting years ago, hindi pa nakakaboto ang mga babae. And now, di ba, we have women actually seated as public officials who, have good... Hindi ko sinasabing lahat, ha? Yun lang po. Thank you. Kamusta po kayo? Yes. Kamusta po? Okay po kayo.
Parang gusto ko na i-end yung interview on a strong note na yun.
Hindi tayo para manahimik.
Yes! Stand up for what is right. And I love that, diba? You are not only very vocal about what you stand for, and I love how you also work on projects that also help educate other people. Kaya congratulations, Ate Sue. We're excited to see Project Baby.
Yes, ako din. Hindi ko napanood.
Yes.
Yung tinawag ko lang na eksena yung napanood ko. Tapos parang nung nag-shoot kami, we weren't really able to watch the playback. So I really have no idea how it's going to turn out. But of course, yun nga, you fully trust the production, the process, and everything. And it will be a surprise when we watch it on the premiere night. That's on June 9.
So you will choose talaga, Ate, to watch it on the premiere night. No previews, no anything.
I don't think I have a choice.
Okay.
Or maybe I do, but if I were to choose, I want to watch it before the premiere night. I want to see how it goes. But it's okay, I don't mind naman.
Exciting. Premiere night on June 9.
June 9, yes.
Okay, we are very excited.
Ako din.
Yes, thank you so much, Ate Sue, for sharing all of that. Pero, of course, like what you mentioned, we are going to open the floor for some conversations with our friends from the media. Kaya naman, it's time for us to start with our first question, of course, from Manila Bulletin. Alam naman natin, Ate, kanina sinabi mo, lagari ka, you're coming from dating, you're coming from shooting and everything. So Manila Bulletin wants to know, what keeps you grounded despite your busy career?
I always say this, it was always and always will be my family that keeps me grounded. If I say this all the time in my interviews, if I'm most proud of anything, it was the house that I grew up in, it was the home that I grew up in, it was the family that I belong to. And to this day, it's really, I think, yun nga, siguro kaya strong, independent woman din ako. Pero mapagmahal. Because I was raised by a strong, very, very strong woman, which is my mom. So, I really try na yung mga values na natutunan ko sa nanay ko, i-apply talaga sa buhay ko. And kasi yung mami ko, some weird way, lahat ng sinasabi niya sa akin, nagkakatotoo. Parang mother knows best talaga. So yun nga, sinabi ko, if I would become a mother someday, I would want to be a mother like my mom.
Gusto ko malaman yung zodiac sign ni Ate Sue.
Ako? Wala mo.
It's giving Leo.
Ay! Oh my gosh, cusp ako. Pero I'm a Cancer.
I'm a Cancer!
You're Cancer!
Sorry! Ay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, kaya pala very emotional.
Oo,
and
tsaka
loving.
nurturing. Yun nga, pangarap ko
Yes.
talaga bata pa lang ako maging nanay. Parang, I always had pets growing up. I really love taking care of people, feeding people. And yun nga, very family-oriented talaga. So, family is of utmost importance. And I treat my friends as family because ganun sila kabigat sa akin.
Yes, give na give talaga. Like, I mean, like, you give everything, not only to your friends and family, but even to your characters. I think kita-kita naman
Oh my gosh.
how you are as an actress and also how you are as an
Well,
individual.
ang masasabi ko lang about that, when you're there in front of the camera and you have this character that you have to do, wala kang ibang option kundi ibigay yung lahat dun sa character na yun dahil at yun lang makakapagbigay ng justice sa mga kwento na gusto natin iparating sa mga tao. Yun lang yung way na ma-express talaga natin at makaka-relate yung mga nanonood na may parehong kwento dun sa character mo. Like when I did What Lies Beneath. I think that was the most challenging role that I ever had to do in my life. Napakahirap ng role na yun. Not only because she was a battered wife, buttered wife. She was a battered wife. She was a public figure. She always had to put a facade. She always had to put a smile on her face, even though when she comes home, wala, binubugbog siya ng asawa niya. Tapos at the end of the day, siya pa yung binabash ng mga tao. Kasi nga, empowered woman din siya eh. So feeling ng mga tao, siya yung maldita sa asawa niya. Tapos pa-victim yung asawa. So I think more than the physical requirements of Mel from What Lies Beneath, it was the emotional that I really almost could not handle. Parang hindi ko ma-imagine yung mga babae na dumadaan talaga sa ganun. Yung parang iniisip ko pa lang, naiiyak na talaga ako. So ganun ako naging connected dun sa role na yun. And I'm so happy that ABS and RCB Narratives gave me that opportunity. And they trusted me enough na, hindi, feeling ko kaya itong gawin ni Sue. And I was also surprised, na you get surprised all the time when people trust you, and you doubt yourself, and at the end of the day, you get to do it. Parang wow. At tama pala sila, kaya ko pala talaga. And yun, you trust yourself more. Parang the next time you have to do it, hindi ka na masyadong kinakabahan. Pero kaba syempre palagi dapat nandyan. It means you care, we know this. Kinakabahan lang tayo dahil may pakialam tayo, dahil gusto natin ingatan yung mapapanood ng mga tao. Gusto natin maging maganda. Makakonect tayo. More than maganda, gusto natin, we want to touch lives and touch people's hearts when we do these characters.
Grabe, ang ganda ng shinare niya, no? About, first of all, I just want to say that I love What Lies Beneath. At napakagaling mo.
Oh, thank you!
Super galing. Actually, every character naman super galing ni Ate
I
Sue.
do my best.
But you were talking about Mel and how her role really affected you and challenged you a lot. I have to know, as an actress, you've gone through many, many roles. How do you siguro let go of the character once you're out of taping?
I think because I started young. I started when I was 13, like I said. At first, it was fun and games and work. It was gonna in that order. Parang I go to set, I'm having so much fun with the people that I'm working with. And then, next pa lang mo ipaprioritize yung role, hindi mo pa siya naiintindihan ng ganang kabigat. But, you know, as time went by, as I matured, yun nauuna na yung role. Parang more than fun and games going on set. Of course, that's still part of it. We're still excited to work with the people that we work with. Pero, yung iniingatan mo na talaga is yung role mismo. Parang gusto mo siyang bigyan ng hustisya. So, yeah, I think yun yung pinakamalaking transition from working when I was a child to like ngayon.
And I think kitang-kita naman, no, whenever we watch si Ate Sue, sa lahat ng characters and shows that you're able to portray. Grabe, napakagaling talaga. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That was from Manila Bulletin. Ngayon naman, of course, from Metro Style, your projects lately have shown different sides of you as an actress. What new side of yourself do the audience get to see here sa Project Baby?
Well, they've seen me as an empowered type A woman before. But this time, it's a very unconventional character. Parang wala pa akong napanood na ganitong pelikula dito sa atin na nagtatakal ng ganong issue. Yung choices ng babae. So, siguro, yun yung mas makikita nila sa Project Baby. Yung power ng babae para mag-decide para sa sarili niya. Nang hindi siya nakikinig sa mga tao sa paligid niya. Na minsan, medyo tagilid din, di ba? Kasi hindi naman tayo independent as people. We can say that we are, but we still need each other. And that's the biggest fact in life. Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-isa lang. Kailangan may kasama tayo. And kailangan may makakausap tayo. Ang lungkot naman nun, di ba, kung ikaw lang. So, yun, siguro, yun yung biggest lesson na matututunan or makita nila sa character ko dito. Na women can make their choices, but we still need people around us. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be our mom, it could be our best friend. But definitely we need someone. And we need another woman who empowers us. Kailangan na, kahit isa lang yan, kahit nanay mo yan, kapatid mo yan, kahit isa lang na may mag-empower sa'yo na babae, ang lakas ng effect nun sa'yo. Parang, and it really lasts.
Actually, totoo yun. Like, community and company are very, very important things that we need to live by. But of course, ito, Ate Sue, you mentioned that is something that the audience can learn. Pero for you, filming Project Baby, what is something that you personally were able to learn from the film and that you brought into your everyday life?
Siguro going into the film also dahil I'm turning 30 this year. Not only because of Sandy, but it made me realize na hindi bara-bara yung desisyon na magka-baby. Hindi siya, naisip ko lang. Hindi siya ganun. Ang haba ng preparation na kailangan mong gawin. You really have to secure yung bata una sa lahat. And to prioritize someone and to give your all to someone na galing sa'yo. Siyempre, hindi ko pa naramdaman na maging ina eh. Well, sa mga pamangkin ko, yun nga, sa mga aso ko. Pero it's not the same eh, you know. If you give birth, it's a really, really different thing. So, ayun siguro, yun hindi siya bara-bara na desisyon. Kailangan siyang pinag-iisipan at pinaghahandaan ng mabuti. And siguro it's best if you find a partner that is on the same page. Someone who wants it with you. That's so important. To have a baby with someone who wants it with you. Kasi, well, ang dami naman nating situations na nakita na gusto niya sa umpisa, pero nagbabago yung isip, nagbabago yung jowa. May mga ganun talaga. Pero at habang nandun ka sa stage of like gusto mong bumuo ng bata, gusto mong mag-form ng tao, kailangan kahit sa umpisa meron kang makakapitan, alam mo yun. At saka maramdaman mo na gusto niya rin to. Pag nagbago yung isip niya, pwede ko, kaya ko na to. Doon na papasok yung independence ng babae because at the end of the day, women are so powerful. We give life, literally. God has given us that power na makapagbigay at makapag-produce ng bata o ng tao. And how do we take care of that power? How do we take care of that child? Ano yung mga values na i-instill natin sa kanila? Ang bigat eh. Hindi siya talaga basta-basta. Saan mo siya papaaralin? What if they get bullied in school? Laging kailangan matapang ka kapag gusto mo magkaanak. Kasi hindi na lang sarili mo yung iniisip mo. Meron ka ng mini-me na kailangan mong palakihin ng mas better sa pagpapalaki sa'yo and mas better sa pagkatao mo. So, sana yun yung goal, di ba? To have children who live better lives and who are better people than we are. If that's possible. Sobrang ayos ko, de joke lang. So yeah.
Yes, daming considerations talaga when choosing to have a child, diba? Grabe. But I'm excited because we get to learn more about that siguro sa Project Baby on June 9. And thank you so much, Metro Style, for the question. Okay, ito naman, Ate Sue from Push. Okay, your character in Project Baby decides that he doesn't want to have a partner, like what you mentioned. Is Sandy the woman Sue Ramirez is becoming, or the woman she's always been too afraid to admit she already is?
No, I said this yun nga, kanina we talked about it na at one point in my life, I actually thought about that. Parang, okay lang kung hindi mag-work out ng relationship na to. Parang, I just want a kid. I want to take care of a child. And nung mas bata pa kasi I wanted a lot of children. So I wanted to start early. Pero inabot na ako ng 30, no? Kaya ang dami kong aso. I have 8 dogs now. But at one point, I had 11 in my house. So that's how I yearned for it. Parang dun ko binawi yung kagustuhan ko na maging nanay. Gusto ko lang mag-alaga talaga. But yun nga, as I said, it's a totally different thing. I think taking care of 11 dogs, it will not compare to having one child. The care and the pag-iingat na you have to do.
You mentioned, ate, na parang you had that one point in your life na parang, okay lang kung mag-isa ako. But when did that perspective of yours change? Kailan mo na isip na, okay, gusto ko magkaroon ng teammate?
Well, the partner that you're with is a very, very big factor. And siguro when I met Dom, that's when it all changed. Parang okay din na. And you can really see that he's good with children, he's good with, kung ibibigay talaga, I would be honored to have a baby with him because I know that he would be a good father. And I know na if, we change our minds in the future, we can still make sure that the child will grow up filled with love. Because I grew up in a house na sobrang, hindi naman, I can say, an ideal. Because I grew up in a house where my dad was sick since I was 6 years old. And it was my mom who was working. And she had 5 children. And my dad had to be rushed to the hospital every 2 weeks. He would stay there for months and come home. And so it wasn't the ideal home for a child to grow up in. It was actually a big regret of mine na nung 6 years old ako, syempre, I didn't understand the situation really. Parang, what happened? One time, my dad, na-hospital lang, galing kami sa swimming, na-hospital yung daddy ko, he got a stroke. Pag uwi ng tatay ko, hindi na siya nakakapagsalita. Hindi na siya nakakalakad mag-isa. So, ang laking switch nun sa... Daddy's girl kasi ako eh. So, ang laking switch nun sa buhay ko na parang nalito ko. Ano nangyari? Parang kahapon, okay pa kami, nag-swimming pa kami, tapos biglang nagbago yung buhay namin sa isang iglap. But for the 11 years may sakit ang daddy ko. 11 years, grabe yung nanay ko, no? Galing niya. 11 years may sakit ang daddy ko. Pero, dun sa 11 years na yun, before he passed away, sobrang memorize ko kung anong itsura ng love. Sobrang memorize ko kung anong itsura ng pagmamahal. Kasi nakita ko talaga yung growing up. Hindi siya yung usual na mom and dad na relationship, but hindi ko naramdaman ever na may kulang sa akin. Parang, wala, yun lang. Alam ko yung itsura ng pagmamahal. So I know that when I have a child someday, I know exactly what I want to give this child. The kind of love that I want to give that child. Because I've seen it. I was a witness of true love. Grabe, kaya rin siguro ako lover girl eh, di ba? Kasi nakita ko talaga eh, na it does exist. It did exist in my home. And it was a normal thing for us. So, I know exactly how to love. And I know exactly how I want to be loved.
That's a beautiful story. Grabe, no? Parang no matter what the situation was in your household, unconditional love was still present. And I think kitang-kita din naman with Ate Sue with how she was raised. Very, I think secure is the perfect word to describe Ate Sue. Kaya thank you for sharing that, Ate.
Thank you also.
Yes. Thank you as well to, I think that was Push, who gave us that question. Maraming salamat. Ito naman, we have this question, Ate, from Capabilia Vines. Okay, this is about, again, Project Baby, your upcoming movie. And they want to know, how was it like working with Rico Blanco, given na una niya tong project as a leading man?
Grabe, di ba? Actually, nung pinitch nga nila to sa akin, tapos nagkaroon sila ng parang peg kung sino yung magiging leading man. Si Rico yung nandun. Tapos hindi ako naniwala. Yung parang talaga. O sige, usually kasi pagka may mga peg sila ng mga characters, hindi yun natutuloy eh. So hindi ko siya inasahan. So ang nangyari, nung araw na na-confirm ko yun, tinawagan ko yung best friend ko. Sabi ko, Bes, may movie kami ni Rico Blanco. So sobrang excited ko, di ba? Idol nating lahat si Rico. I think he gets annoyed when you say that. But it's the reality of things, you know. Shock! Sobrang nakaka-starstruck. But on the first, yun nga, after ko tawagan yung best friend ko, pumunta ako sa mall. Pagbaba ko, andun si Rico. So it's the universe. And never ko nakikita si Rico Never! As in never! Tapos biglang nung araw na yun, nandun siya sa mall. Tapos nagkagulatan kami. Tapos sabi niya, hey, we have a movie together. Sabi, I know, I was just on the phone. Sabi ko, with my best friend, I was telling him about it. Sabi niya, I'm so excited to be working with you. And yeah, that's the whole surprise of how it all started. I didn't expect that it would become real, na si Rico yung magiging leading man. Parang it was too good to be true for me. But I got so more than excited at first. I was so nervous. Because parang, I know he acts. When I was younger, I see him on teleseries with ABS-CBN. And alam ko na umaarte talaga si Rico. And of course, nito, mga MMFF nito, mga nakaraan, nag-act din siya, may mga projects din siyang ginawa. Pero rom-com, so kabang-kaba ako. Sabi ko, shucks, paano ba to? Okay kaya? Mag-work kaya? Lagi ka naman may ganun eh. Actually, kahit naman hindi yun si Rico, lagi kang merong nagtatanong ka. Pero yun nga, dahil may tiwala ka sa production. At saka, ako, nung si Rico na, nung sinabi na si Rico, sabi ko talaga sa handler, sabi ko, we, totoo nga. Yung sa pitch, sabi ko, nagkatotoo. So it was a surprise, and before I got excited, I was nervous.
Grabe, napakabongga.
Mas kinabahan ako.
Yes, the universe really secured it for you guys. So, super bongga.
Tapos nakakatawa, may isa pa kaming ganyang encounter ni Rico. So nag-uusap kami sa set na, kamusta ka? Do you usually go out? Sabi ko, hindi, kahit sa mall nga, hindi ako masyadong pumupunta. So talagang surprise na nagkita kami sa mall kasi di nga rin ako lumalabas. Tapos nagkita kami doon. And we turned out to be neighbors.
Ay, wow.
Yeah! Diba? Nakakalipat niya lang din. And then magkapit-bahay kami. Sakto. Hindi niya rin naman alam na doon ako. Hindi ko rin alam naman na nandun siya. Tapos, may isang beses sa shoot, nag-uusap kami na, kamusta? Lumalabas ka ba? Ganyan, hindi. Si Rico doesn't really drink. He doesn't have really, so he doesn't really go out. Tapos, one time, my best friend came home with her new boyfriend. And they were leaving for the States the next day. So I went to take them out sa BGC on a Tuesday night. And guess who I saw there? Rico Blanco. So ang daming parang the universe is really telling me something. But we were already shooting the movie during this time. So tawa kami ng tawa. Kasi sinabi ko rin na hindi ako lumalabas. Tapos sinabi niya rin sa akin na hindi siya lumalabas. So sabi ko, anong ginagawa mo dito? Akala ko hindi ka lumalabas. So nakakatawa yung mga encounters namin outside of work na parang hindi namin pinaplano magkita pero lagi kaming pinagtatagpo.
Grabe, parang kahit na I think first time niyo to have this movie together and then very rare for you guys to see each other, parang meron na kayong chemistry, would you say?
Nakakaloka, di ba? Galing talaga parang work ni Lord.
Yes.
Ang galing mag-work ng universe kung paano siya mag-bring ng two people together.
Oo, totoo. And I can tell na parang close na sila even with the first encounter pa lang.
Rico, he's such a kind person. He has such a good heart. And he's so talented. And I had no doubts about his acting because nga, well, he's a singer. And singers, as we all know, just ko si Ate Reg, di ba, napakagaling na artista. Madali sa kanilang mag-convey ng mensahe. Because that's what they do. They connect through their music. And that's what acting is. You connect with your audience as well. It just uses more facial expressions, of course. But, ganun yun eh. He has that power to connect to an audience. And that's basically what you need in acting. Mas mahirap maging artista, tapos gusto mo mag-singer, di ba? Tapos di ka marunong kumanta. Pero pag singer ka, definitely, you are also an actor. Yeah. And we know a lot of people in the industry who are singers and actors at the same time.
Actually, gusto ko malaman natin so, based on what you talked about now, syempre, I'm sure Rico has his own quirks of being an actor. You also have your own ways. Nag-exchange ba kayo ng notes sa set on how to act and all that?
Actually, we had a crash course na parang workshop with our director, si Direk Eric. And doon namin na-relay lahat ng mga gusto namin i-share. Kung paano namin iti-treat yung role. Nasabi rin sa amin ni Direk Eric kung paano niya gustong i-play namin yung mga characters namin. So, on the set, parang it was more collaborative work. It wasn't really trying to correct each other. It was more parang, is this okay? Parang asking each other na, okay ba yun ba to? Okay ba? And grabe, ang lalim ng mata ni Rico. Yung, when you look into his eyes, ang bilis niya mag-convey ng emotions. Ang bilis niya maglabas ng emosyon sa mata niya. Tapos maiintindihan mo agad yung intention ng eksena. Tapos, you know when he speaks slowly. Diba? Si Rico speaks slowly. So, tumatagos talaga sa'yo yung mga lines. Tapos, well, si Migo, basta mapapanood nyo sa movie na trinay niya talaga to be involved with the child. Pero talagang kina-cancel out siya ni Sandy. Parang, no, I don't want you. Don't you understand that? Ganun yung siya. Pero siya yung nag-e-exert siya ng nag-a-assert siya ng or nag-i-insist siya na maging part. Tapos kina-cancel out siya. But he does it in such a gentle way na parang kasi pag iba yan yung treatment niyan, parang, gusto ko maging parte ng buhay ng bata na yun, ganon. But Rico's so gentle. As a person in real life, he's the same. He's so gentle. And how he treated his role when he was doing it. Ang sakit sa puso na makita yung gentle person na shove off or kina-cancel sa buhay ng isang tao. So, I think more than si Sandy, ang dami nag-aabang talaga kay Migo. And sa mga comments pa lang online, yung mga comments sa trailer namin is, anakan mo ako, Rico. Yun yung mga sinasabi ng mga tao. Sandali, si Migo, di ba? Tsaka si Sandy, ba't ikaw? So anyway, yun nga kasi din, I think people also see him na daddy. People see him as a daddy. So parang they want his child. So nakakatuwa na people are excited to see him in that light. Na how kaya? Is it, I think Migo mirrors also Rico and his want to be a dad. So dito niya rin siguro na ilabas sa movie na yun. Yung emotion na yun.
You were able to share a little bit about Migos and Sandy's characters. Pero I want to know, without spoiling anything, happy ending ba to or sad ending?
Well, it's a rom-com.
Yes.
It depends how the viewers will watch it. Or malay nyo, magkaroon ng part 2. Baka open-ended siya, di ba? So, I think it's up to the audience to decide if it's a happy ending or a sad ending.
We'll find out on June 9. Yeah.
June 9 is our premiere.
Okay, June 10,
Yeah.
out nationwide.
Yes.
Tama. Okay, grabe. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank
Ate.
you also.
Ito naman. Okay, we have here from John Bueno of Kamagkao. This is more about siguro how you would be as a parent. I know you shared a little bit of it of unconditional love and all that. But, meron dito question. If you had a choice, what would you prefer as your firstborn? And what kind of parent do you think you'd be to that child?
Of course, kahit anong ibibigay sa akin, di ba, wala naman akong choice. De, joke lang. Hindi, kung ano naman yung ibibigay sa atin, then yun yung nakatakda para sa atin. I always say this, that wherever we are, that's where we're meant to be. And whatever we go through in life, that's what we're meant to go through in life. But if I were to choose, and if there was a button, I think I'm like Sandy. Si Sandy wants a boy. I grew up in a house and we 4 girls kami, and just 1 boy, my kuya. So, gusto ko if I would have a first child, gusto ko lalaki. Parang protector yun. Kung magkakaroon pa ako ng anak ulit. Alam ko magiging protector siya ng ano. At saka, parang, I wanna be a boy mom.
Sa mga mahilig sa sports, ganon. What kind of mom would you be siguro kung may son ka? Or like, a kuya in the family? What kind of mom would you be? Strict ba sa mga girls?
Okay, so, ang complex kasi nung sasabihin mong stricto kang nanay. Kasi yung nanay ko stricto siya eh. Pero hindi siya pakialamera. She didn't really try to invade our privacy growing up. We were afraid of her. It's because we respected her and we loved her. But, yun nga, I think magiging katulad niya ako na nanay. I will be strict, sometimes scary. But I will shower you with my love. And I'll try to keep you safe as much as I can. I will put you first, definitely. More than myself. I think yun talaga yung heart ng nanay. It's time to let go of yourself and, give everything to that child. And parang, kaya ngayon, ito yung panahon na kailangan mong ingatan yung sarili mo. Ibuhos lahat ng pagmamahal sa sarili mo. And then, you'll feel you're ready to have offspring. Diba? Parang magkakaroon ng click in your mind na parang, wow, I feel so loved by me. I think I'm ready to give that love away. And to give that equal love to someone.
Filling in your own cup, diba? I love that. Thank you so much, Ate Sue. And thank you as well to John Bueno of Kamagkao. Beautiful, beautiful answer. And ito, of course, we have a question from Miss Jamie Ortega of Soundcheck Manila for Ate Sue. Go ahead, Miss
Hi,
Jamie.
Miss Jamie.
Hi, hello, hi. So, I read that the trailer for Project Baby hit a lot of views in less than a week. So, congrats.
Thank you.
So, a lot of comments are praising how unique the premise is. What was your initial reaction when you saw the massive public reception to this unexpected pairing? And did you ever think that have any hesitations, because of course it's an unexpected pairing din. Have any hesitations when you first read the script? Did you think that it would be so widely received? Thank you.
Not to sound arrogant. Wow, but now you know I'm gonna try to sound arrogant. Not to sound arrogant, but I kinda prayed for it, and because I prayed for it, I expected it. And it's Rico Blanco. Guys, that's the reality of it. Everybody wants to see Rico in a different light. Not the performer Rico, singer Rico, producer, grabe ang daming kakabit ng pangalan ni Rico, manager, businessman, di ba? The actor, leading man, Rico Blanco, na crush ng madami. So, like I said when we let out the trailer, yung mga comments ng mga tao were really, sinasabi nila na, gumawa na lang tayo ng baby. Diba? Yun talaga yung gusto nila, gawan sila ni Rico ng anak. So I think ang daming excited about this. And yun nga, nung nag-press con kami, I really appreciated what Rico did at the end of our press con. He invited the music community, his music fans, na if you haven't tried to watch a Filipino movie, I think this is the time and this is the perfect project. To see him in a different light talaga.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Miss Jamie Ortega from Soundcheck Manila. Next up naman, we have Franz. We have a question. Yes.
Hi, Mars.
Hi, Mars!
Yun, ayun. Kasi na-bring up mo na, hello, na-bring up mo na yung 16 years.
Grabe.
Oo nga, no? Shout out, Grace. And then my question is, kasi kanina nanggagaling naman tayo na ang unang guest natin, si Donya at si Belle. And na-pair ka naman sa iba't ibang mga kapwa. You were in an era na uso ang love team talaga.
Correct.
At one point ba, syempre isipin ko, natanong ko na ba sa ito? Sige, at one point ba, naisip mo rin na sana nagkaroon kami ng steady love team or happy ka sa naging trajectory? Kasi imagine mo, in 16 years, isa ka pa rin sa, ikaw pa rin yan. You're one of the most respected. Wow, sa era mo, isa ka sa mga pinakamagaling na actress talaga. So, did you ever think na sana nagkaroon ako ng steady love team?
Hindi talaga. Kasi actually, after 16 years, nagugulat pa rin ako na nandito pa rin ako. Sa totoo lang na, well, of course you put in the work. That's what we always do. If we don't give heart to it, then why are we doing it anyway? So, we put in the work, but we still don't expect. We hope, but we don't expect. Because ang laki ng industriya, ang dami naman pong maganda. Ang dami namang magaling. Diba? Pero, I don't know, I think maybe I'm lucky. But I always just hope that I would get a new project. Lagi lang ako nagdasal na sana may susunod pa. Kung wala na, baka pwede mag-school na lang ako ulit. Ganyan, yun yung iniisip ko lagi. But I never really hoped for anything more. I was just very open to accepting whatever it is that was laid out in front of me. Parang, at one point nga, wala akong tinanggihan ng mga project. Like lahat, sige, Monday to Sunday nagtatrabaho na talaga ako. Diba? Naalala mo yan? Hanggang Sunday nag-aasap pa ako. Kahit may MWF ako at TTHS ako na
MMK pa yun.
MMK ka pa in between yung paglaban mo. So, nung bata ako, ratsyadera talaga. Yung talagang go, go, go. Very ate peachy mindset. Diba? But, go, go, go. Talaga lagi ko sinasabi, sa next life na yung pahinga ko. So, nung bata ko, yun lang. Gusto ko lang, ang pinipray ko lang lagi, sana may kasunod pa. So, never ako nag-hope na maging part ako ng love team. But I was very, very lucky. You know why? Because, of course, we know how successful the love teams are here in the Philippines, but I got to work with the best ones.
Yes.
I got to work with the best ones, and I learned so much from that. I got bashed so much for that. Joke lang.
Ligaya.
Ligaya, no? Yeah, but no, I took it as a big, big blessing talaga. Ang dami kong natutunan sa mga trabaho na yun. And I'm so grateful that I was even considered to be part of those love teams. Grabe, doing Pangako Sa'yo and Dolce Amore. Sobrang grateful ako. Sa tiwala, yun lang. Wala akong hinangad. Lagi lang ako nagpasalamat. Tapos binigay lang ng binigay ni Lord sa akin. So sabi ko, lakas ng guardian angel ko.
Kasi natanong na kanina na natanong nito ko sa pagkakaroon ng baby, natanong sa yung pagiging parent. My question is, kilala ka kasi namin, ikaw, yung nasabi mo, go, 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 always on the go. Hanggang ngayon, meron na ganun ka pa rin. So the question would be, would there be a time, o darating ka ba sa point na okay lang sa'yo na step back a little, magpapahinga? Parang alam mo yun, parang to be a full-time mom. Parang though, syempre sabi mo kayo, parang hindi namin na-imagine, pero are you open to that? Na parang really step back?
Well, at one point, I think if I do decide to have a child, definitely I would give katulad ng pagbigay ko ng buong sarili ko sa trabaho ko, much more yung pagbigay ko ng sarili ko sa magiging anak ko. I think, no question doon na parang if it were to happen, I would be more than glad to step back and take care of my child.
Oh, last question na. Kasi may nagsabing, sorry ex mo nasabi baka endgame na daw kayo ni ano pakiramdam mo nung sinabi yun ng ex mo na, in an interview na bukod sa you're an underrated, napakagaling artista, ano pakiramdam sinabi na mukhang dapat endgame na kayo ni Dom?
Well, of course, we're not naman saying and we're not confirming anything though because we really don't know at this point. I think it's early, but I pray for it. I pray for it. I love Dom really so much, and I think he's such a great and amazing person. And parang lagi kong tinatry habulin yung pagkamabuting tao niya. Yun yung magandang motivation when you come into a relationship. Parang ang gandang motivation nun na gusto mong maging mabuting tao at o mas mabuting tao dahil sobrang buti ng kasama mo, ng partner mo. So, yeah, thank you for saying that. I do pray for that.
Thanks. Congrats, Sue. And congratulations. Bagong addition to sa yung Sue
Correct, sa Film Festival.
Congratulations, te.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Sir Franz. Actually, gusto ko lang i-follow up yung first question ni Sir Franz. Kasi he was talking about love teams and if you ever wish to be in a love team. And we'll be honest, historically in this industry at the Zoo, mas may value talaga yung woman kapag nasa love team. Historically, sadly. So, siguro ikaw as a solo artist, how do you navigate siguro your role as an actress without letting the industry dictate your value?
Yun nga, because I'm humbled from the home that I grew up in. I don't really let whatever is outside of... Okay, kung walang ambag sa buhay ko, your opinions don't matter to me. Really, you can say whatever you want, but when I come home, I am loved. And I don't need anything or anyone else's opinion. Siguro yung pinakamabigat na opinion na kailangan ko lang yung sa nanay ko lang. At kung wala akong maririnig sa nanay ko, ba't ko kayo papakinggan? Diba? So I think yun yung you really have to come home and, to your roots. That's how you make sure of who you are, who you really are. That's how you make sure na whatever people say around you won't affect you because you're 100% sure of kung sino ka at kung ano yung gusto mo. At alam mo na pag-uwi mo, mahal ka ng mga tao doon and hindi mo kailangan mapuno ng pagmamahal sa labas ng bahay kasi yun lang yung foundation na kailangan mo talaga. It's unfortunate, not everybody has that, but I was lucky enough to grow up in a household where I was loved. But yeah, that's how I navigate through whatever people say outside or in the industry. I just always come home. That's where who I really am. That's where who I really am is. Andun ako, sa bahay namin. Pag umuwi ako pa rin yung bunsong makulit na inuutusan ng mga kapatid ko. So, yun pa din. Yun lang. Yun at yun lang talaga.
Very beautiful and very well said. I hope actually sa lahat ng viewers na nanonood ngayon, I hope that Sue gets to inspire you guys to remember your value kahit na diba, solo, and to always come home again to your roots. Grabe, beautiful. Palakpakan po natin si Ate Sue Ramirez. So, before we conclude our Spotlight Press Con with Ate Sue, syempre meron kaming 2 questions na fast talk para kay Miss Sue Ramirez. Ito, siguro hindi naman controversial. Okay. Out of all the roles that you've played, Ate Sue, sino ang pinaka-favorite mo and why?
Pinaka-favorite ko and why? I could probably say si Mel talaga, ng What Lies Beneath. Kasi doon ko rin talaga na-reveal sa sarili ko yung mga capabilities ko as an actor. It was so challenging. I had to memorize pages of words and convey the emotions with the words. Which is so hard because ang bigat na nga nung Pero doon ako mas naniwala sa sarili ko. Considering na last year lang yung series na to, tagal ko, 15 years na ako nun sa industriya. Pero doon ko talaga naramdaman na, wow, grabe, I always doubt myself. And yun nga sinasabi ko sa mga press ko namin before na, kung nakikita ko yung lines, ang hahaba ng mga lines, ang first na iniisip mo, agad pupunta ka sa, baka di ko kaya to, baka bukas magkamali ako. And then at the end of the day, you prove yourself wrong. At the end of the day, lahat pala nung naniwala sa'yo tama. So, you give it your all because not only for you, and not only to give justice for the role, but to make those who believe in you proud. Na parang we trusted you with this and so I think it's Mel. I think kahit gaano siya kahirap i-portray at gaano minsan nakakainis yung naiinis ka na rin sa role mo minsan nabibigil na ako pero I think doon ako pinaka nag-grow as a person and as an actor. Parang doon ko nakita. And also, siguro, sa dami ng ginawa ko, theater. my theater debut in 2024. So, ang laki din ng growth na nangyari sa akin doon. Parang, and it's a totally different world, theater and TV and movies. Ibang kakaibang mundo sila. They look the same, but it's really, really different. They have may same concepts, of course, the acting. But there was some singing involved there, so I got to do my first love and the love of my life, acting. So, yun siguro, yun yung mga naging favorite ko na roles.
That's so cool. Parang consecutive years siya, 2024 and 2025. Theater and What Lies Beneath. Grabe, we're so proud of you.
And to think, hindi ako talaga originally casted sa What Lies Beneath. So yun yung
Yes.
surprises ng buhay. Yun yung pinakamalalaking surpresa ng buhay. Na imagine, hindi ko nagawa yun. Ano kayang sagot ko ngayon? Ano kayang favorite ko na role? Pero wala para sa akin siya siguro talaga. So, in-embrace ko din ng buong buo at tinanggap ko kung ano talaga yung mga kaakibat ng role. Umuwi ako na may pasaan, no joke. Because I knew, coming into that role, I was a battered wife. Hindi mo talaga maiiwasan. You can jerk all the falls and the push, yung mga tulak. But, are you fulfilled when you come home? I am. I looked in the mirror and I knew that I did something right today. I knew that, doon talaga ako nagkaroon ng belief sa sarili ko. And imagine, I wasn't casted for the original lineup of that show. But if it's for you, it's really for you. And it helped me grow a lot.
Gusto ko lang i-share, actually, I think yung last interview ko with Ate Sue was also for What Lies
Yes,
Beneath.
that's right.
Yes, tapos sinabi niya, she was the last person to find out na part siya ng cast. And I think, if I remember correctly, Ate, hindi ka rin masyadong sure if you were able to portray the role beautifully.
No, I think that's Kyla yan. Si Kyla yan.
Yes.
She was the last one to be,
Yes.
to be casted for that show.
You were second to the last, Ate.
Yeah.
Oh my
I wasn't part of the original lineup talaga.
Yeah.
So it was a totally different show before I came in. So, pero, yun nga, we always have our doubts eh.
Yes.
Nag-imposter syndrome tayo minsan. Iisip natin, baka di natin kaya. Pero, the fact na tinanggap mo siya, I was up for the challenge. I was up for whatever the commitment would be with the character and all the wounds and the scars and the pasa that came with it. I was 100% there. And I knew when I went home, I gave it my all. Yung, alam ko, hindi ako nagbara-bara lang.
Yes.
Ano yun, yung binigay ko talaga.
Walang regrets talaga
Wala.
when it comes to Mel. Grabe. And you portrayed it beautifully, Ate. Grabe. What Lies Beneath Mel. Ito naman, you have your favorite character in Mel. Another fast up question is, were you ever offered a role that you wish you could have accepted but could not because of schedule?
Ay, madami. Ngayon, meron actually ino-offer sa akin na maganda rin na project. But I already said yes to another project. So, yun nga yung sinasabi ko. Kung para sa'yo, para sa'yo. It could be offered to people before you. They could have said yes. At oo, nag-press ko na. Di ba? Nangyayari yun eh. Nag-press ko na. Minsan nagtitaping na. Pero it still turns out na hindi sila yun. Kukuha pa rin sila ng iba. So it really happens in the industry. So you always have to keep an open mind that yun yung kailangan mong i-embed talaga sa sarili mo na what is for me is for me and what is for her is for her. So wala akong hinanakit, wala akong panghihinayang, hindi siya sayang. Sayang, nagawa. No, it's not like that. It wasn't really for me. That's why hindi ako yung nandun.
Grabe, beautiful mindset. And I feel like, especially for the young artists, a lot will learn from you.
Huwag kayo masaktan. Yun nga, so napaka-cliche nito, pero when one door closes, another bigger door opens.
Yes, very, very true. And
And you always have to treat that door bigger than that other door.
Yes.
Because that door was not for you.
Oh, diba? We're ending this press con with a bang. Maraming salamat, Miss Sue
so much,
Ramirez.
everyone.
Yes, thank you so much, Ate Sue. But of course, before I let you go, any message sa lahat ng supporters mo? And also, upcoming projects that you'd like to promote?
Hindi ko pwede yung isa, pero, well, Project Baby is coming on June 10 in cinemas nationwide. Wow, big screen project! Ang saya! Magkita-kita tayo sa sinehan. Also, prices for this movie have been
Lowered.
reduced. Sabihin lower. Oo, merong mas budget-friendly when you watch Project Baby in cinemas. The producers made sure na sana maraming makapanood talaga. So please bring your friends and your family. We'll give you a good time watching this movie. We'll try to open up your minds if you're willing for us to do that. Give a better understanding of what really goes inside a woman's brain and a man's brain as well. And of course, let's support Rico Blanco's first leading man role. I'm so excited for you guys to watch him. He was so good in this movie. And I hope this isn't the last. Sabi ko nga, sana magpa-part 2 yung Project Baby. Project Baby ulit. And then, but yeah, June 10 in cinemas nationwide. This is, of course, produced by Regal Entertainment and directed by Eric Quizon. Also written by Jose Javier Reyes and starring yours truly, Rico Blanco. Miss Alice Dixon, OMG, pangarap ko lang siyang makatrabaho dati. And we're so excited for you to watch it. So please go to the cinemas on June 10 and bring your friends and family.
Okay, palapakan po natin ulit Sue Ramirez! O diba, once again, June 10, that is Project Baby out nationwide. And we'd like to, again, thank you so much to our friends in the media for being here. And maraming salamat to all of our viewers for watching our Star Magic Spotlight Press Con. Our June episode is now over. We're concluding it for today. But maraming salamat again for joining us. And we'd love to see you again next month. Again, my name is Ayana Perlas. Sue Ramirez!
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Project Baby!